Welcome to BizTV's Beyond the Brand. I'm Kelli Phillips. My guests today are the husband-wife host of the podcast Meet the Eatmons, Curtis and Spring Eatmon. Curtis and Spring help families find hope and stability when money is tight. Stay tuned for more of BizTV's Beyond the Brand. Today, we're joined by the founders of Meet the Eatmons, Curtis and Spring Eatmon, known for their faith-based approach to financial wellness. They help families find hope, balance, and stability when money feels tight. They're here to share some practical steps from their new workshop, Power and Partnership. And Curtis and Spring, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate y'all being here today. So first, I want to go back with both of y'all. Tell us about your growing up, what life was like leading the two of y'all together, and what you're doing today.
You know, if I tell the story, I might get it wrong.
So let Spring tell it. I understand.
I always thought, no, that's not the way it went. In my head, that's the way it went. So let's just get it right.
Happy life.
That's right. That's right. Smart guy. Keep him around.
Yeah, so we've known each other since we were 14 years old.
Oh my gosh.
We've been friends forever, but we never saw each other romantically. We just had all of the same friends. And so we would support each other, see each other at different things growing up. And then he went off to go play basketball, and he was going to be, in the NBA and all of the things, play professionally. And, I went off. He always had a girlfriend. I was dating someone else. I went off. I got married to someone else. And then life struck. We ended up back in the same town that we grew up in at the same time. And we reconnected at church. Unfortunately, my first husband had passed away when I was pregnant with my second daughter. He had just gone through an injury that changed the course of his career. And so when we saw each other at church again, it was really just friendship and support for what we were both going through that turned into something that we never saw coming. So
did she get it right?
Yeah.
Anything you want to add?
No. What I would say if I had to add anything would be, it was a time where what I would say is we were both looking for God.
Mm-hmm.
And we always say when you see God, then he will move the K so you can see each other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's when we're able to see each other. So that was really, I guess you would say, the time where we were both again seeking that at a very pivotal part of our lives.
Yeah.
And it transitioned to something beautiful. Yeah.
So how long have y'all been together?
Was it 13
Married?
years?
Yes.
13 years.
13 years.
Yes.
Now, at what point did y'all decide, I think we can work together?
It's interesting because we're a little crazy. It was an integrated situation. So we actually started our first business together when we were dating.
That's a lot of faith.
Yes, a whole lot of faith.
You should have seen his eyes.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
It was a whole lot, but it was like,
I had hair back then, by the way.
He did.
He did. Good hair, too, boy, I tell you.
So I'm like, hey, if we're stepping out on faith, let's step out on all of it, right?
Yeah.
And so we started our business together, and that was in financial literacy. And so we were wanting to learn, really it started wanting to learn for ourselves, and also understanding how to help people that have been through situations like me, where I was in a position where I had no idea which way was up or down financially, and then he was coming off of having this career path for himself and then needing to start in a whole new industry. And so it just really made sense for us to kind of put our minds together and do it together. And I'm glad it worked out because that would have been all that.
To have to start over again. Although I've interviewed lots of people today that said any time is a good time to pivot in life. So just know that. And you know that going forward. Mm-hmm. So when did y'all start the podcast and financial literacy that y'all are doing?
Yeah, so we started Endangered Species podcast, which was Meet the Eatmons. That was about 2 years ago?
Yes.
About 2 years ago, we started it, and we really wanted to make sure that people that were in the same capacity from a family or professionally had the resources to be able to close the gap. Mm-hmm. Because what you start noticing is that financial education is not really taught at a high level. right?
Shouldn't we be taught this like in elementary school?
Honestly.
It would make sense, right? But then that would make dollars, then, of course.
True.
So we wanted to make sure that the things that we've been blessed with, the information, the rooms that we've been able to have bridge to us, that we're able to bridge to others.
So where do you find the inspiration to do what you do and to give back and to share your experiences with others?
I would say that we are very, very rooted in our faith, number one. And so everything that we do, we come with a ministry mindset of like, how can we serve people? How can we give back? And how can we be used to change people's lives, right? Because when we're in our time of need, we're always looking for the person that is willing to be used. And so when we're in our time of overflow, that's an opportunity for us to be the one to be used. And so that's our philosophy, is to always be giving out. And we really love doing things on like a win-win basis. You know, how can we serve you? You know, how can we help you? Like that kind of a thing. And so we kind of found ourselves just on accident mentoring a lot of couples because we have such a unique background. Number one, with finance, that's such a huge issue with a lot of marriages, a lot of couples, individuals, just in general. And so us learning so much, people were coming to us for that. Then we worked very hard at our communication and the flow of our relationship. And so a lot of people, they'll see our relationship and they're like, oh my gosh, goals. And you guys are picture perfect family. You know, we have 4 kids and, you know, the whole thing, and we run our business together, and we really enjoy being around each other. And for most people, that's a lot. Like, you're working together, you're living together, you're raising kids, all the things.
Yeah, where's my out?
Exactly. But we didn't ever really feel the need to have that because we were very clear of the foundation that we built so that we wouldn't be stepping on each other's toes as much. We would be able to pull the greatness out of each other and be able to take accountability in a way for things that maybe we feel like the other misstepped on or whatever the case. Like, really, we created a formula and a system to help us to create ease in communication and accountability. So I think that's one of the things that kind of moved us into this space because, you know, being in a podcast space, it's a one-to-many versus the one-to-one that we were starting to have so much of. So it felt like that was just a progression of something that we were going to be called to do, to just get to as many people as we can.
Do you remember that first person that reached out to you and went, I love this. I love what you're doing. Do you remember that?
Are you talking about the podcast or the one-on-one?
The podcast.
Yeah. I mean, we got a couple comments. It was actually someone that reached us on Instagram. I remember when we started the Meet the Eatmons Instagram. And it was someone reaching out and saying, you guys, please, I've been waiting for this for so long. Can you guys keep going?
What does that mean to you to know that you've touched someone else by your experiences and sharing them?
It's interesting because for so long we did not share.
Spring's like, no,
it was private.
It was private.
It was you know, what we were going through, our experiences, and yes, we did again the one-to-ones, which was still a private ordeal. So for us to be able to express that even on camera or even on a podcast or anything along those lines was very hard for us because we're not ones that like search for the stage.
It was really soul searching for us to come to the place to do this.
So whose idea was it?
God.
Yeah, honestly, I think we were both feeling pushed, but both of us were running away from it for so long.
No, please do not make me do this.
Yeah, seriously. You know, and I just think about Bible stories from Moses running away from his calling and, you know, Joseph and everybody else. Is like, well, if it's something that we're running from, that's probably why we should run towards it. And so that's why we said, you know what? If it scares us, then it means more of a reason for us to do it. Because it's authentic. It's not something that, again, we're searching. There's no gimmicks with us. We're very authentic in what we're talking about. And we have an experience and a proof of concept behind it. So then there's really no nervousness behind it. It's more of like, let's just tell us what we've done and hopefully it's able to help you too.
I love that. Yeah. We need to take a quick break.
Yeah. No.
Stay right there because we've got lots of other questions.
Okay.
Don't go away. We've got more BizTV Beyond the Brand right after this. And we're back with Curtis and Spring Eatmon, the host of Meet the Eatmons. And I've got to ask, I watched one of your podcasts, and something that you said really struck me. I work with my husband as well, that your partner is your greatest investment.
Mhm.
Can you expound on that?
Yeah, because it was interesting. I don't know if you remember this gentleman that was with us for a while. He came up to me. He's one of our brokers, and he says, whatever your wife or your spouse becomes after 7 years is all on you. And I was like,
Ooh.
what does that mean? He was like, well, they're with you all the time. You're investing your attitude, your money, everything around you. So you are stewarding that. So whatever they become, that's you. Did you mismanage it or did you grow it? Because that's what leadership is. And so that's always been, I guess, a philosophy for us moving forward was, am I mismanaging what I've been blessed with? Right? Am I a steward of this? You know, because this is my biggest investment. You know, before this partnership, I always wanted to make sure I had a wife that could take care of my kids, right? A virtuous woman, right? And those different things, those different aspects, those characteristics. So to your point, yes, that is always been our number one thing. Because I know if number one, if I go up, then he blesses us down, and then this is here, and then everything else is taken care of.
It's just gravy from here on out.
It's easy after that.
Now, in addition to Meet the Eatmans, you also have a couple of other businesses. But first, let's talk about your nonprofit, Spring.
Yes. So we have the Maverick Legacy Foundation, which is really a soul piece for me. Like, I am so proud of what we've done and accomplished with our little baby nonprofit.
What is it?
So what we do is it started off as really just giving back. My mother is a survivor of breast cancer. And so we started off doing breast cancer awareness events through our company. And so I realized there's such a greater reach if we just do this in a nonprofit format, and then we're able to reach other companies and other people that will want to get involved, and we can do this on a larger scale. And so I'm really proud to say that we've done this for the last 3 years. And we've been blessed to give a check every single year to a woman in the DFW area that is currently in the fight of cancer, with anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 checks every year. And that is such a big deal to a family that is in that moment. And then we just also recently did our Christmas event. We partnered with some other organizations and we did a huge toy giveaway. We did over 500 toys, bikes, diapers, formula, jackets. We gave away all kinds of things to an underserved community, but we did it in a way that felt more like a party, which was exciting to me because I remember being with my mom, who was a single mom, and it was there was difficulty, and there was times when you felt the charity or you felt the, we need help. And so for us, it's really just positioning ourselves to give back to anyone that really God has placed in our path. And we try to do different things with different families or different organizations throughout the year to really just highlight and bring awareness and serve and bring, finances and whatever we can to that moment. So
now You've mentioned your 4 kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think you're teaching them with what you're doing, not only on Meet the Eatmans, but also with the charity and your other businesses? Well, I'll get you to talk about in just a minute.
Yeah, of course.
But what do you think you're teaching the kids?
I think that we are teaching them how to be servant leaders. Because I think so many people in this world, they want to be a leader. They want to be the person in charge. They want to be the person on top. But leadership is servanthood. And when you have that as your foundational base and you understand that the larger the problem that you're solving, the more you're opening yourself up for blessings, right? Because if everything that I need only has to do with me, then that's a very small amount of space of blessings that I need to cover that, right? But when I'm in abundance and I'm thinking of other people and I'm including hundreds, maybe thousands of other people, then that's when you put yourself in such a blessable position. And so I want my children to realize that leadership is not positional. Leadership is not something that is given to you. It's earned, and it's through service first. And so I'm really proud because I do feel like our kids really know that. They come to food drives with us. They serve at the party. Our kids served over 1,000 families during Thanksgiving, and they love it as well. So I think that's something that our our world needs today is a little bit more humanity. And so any way that we can give that is important. And I think raising humans that are going to, spread that is probably the most important thing we could do today.
Exactly. Get them out of their phones and their tablets and get them out communicating and helping each other. So Curtis, tell us about the other businesses the two of you are involved in.
Yeah, we're so blessed to be able to have other verticals as well. And the only thing we always look at, and she kind of mentioned through ministry, is we're always looking for a problem. If we see a problem and we feel that we have the resources to be able to solve it, then that's when we'll step into there, fill that gap. And so one of the major ones that we started noticing is investing. A lot of people are not in the position of budgeting and investing. They never had a blueprint of teach them how to do it. I know for me and my family, when we were growing up, no one ever taught us what an accredited investor was or a qualified partner or, how to, step into a rich man's Roth IRA, all these different things that are out there. And so we would Google it, right? Or try to YouTube
and
it.
Still didn't understand.
All this financial jargon. And I said, okay, so then you would go to a certain group, right? And they would say, well, come talk to us when you have this amount of money. Well, what if I don't have
There are a lot of people that never get to that amount of money.
Exactly. So I said, so what happens to them that gets the door shut into their face and then they got to get returned saying, come back, and they don't have any plan, no strategy or relationship to be able to step into that. So we said, okay, that's a big problem. So when we start teaching people how to become non-accredited investors, how to become accredited investors, how to position themselves to have real wealth portfolios, not just one-sided, but have a full one, have the right trust funds for a whole estate, how to have the right life insurance policies, how to have the right investments and understanding where you're actually putting your money into. Because the problem is most people have someone that handles their money.
Mm-hmm. And they have no clue.
They have no clue what's happening at all. And then they mismanage it. Then they go to the next client. And then unfortunately, their retirement is no longer there. Exactly. So we didn't want that to happen. It said, if you were able to buy something, you need to be able to tell us why you bought it. So we're very big on the education versus just putting people into products or scenarios.
What's been the response to everything that y'all are doing? The teaching, the podcast and sharing your story and being vulnerable to other people to show your true authentic selves with your nonprofit. What's been the takeaway?
I think that we have had a lot of great people around us that see who we are, our authenticity, see what we're trying to do. And they typically want to help us, want to get involved, want to shed light, or some people are like, how can I, be a part of that marriage boot camp? How can I, it's all positive feedback for us. It's either people who need the service that we have or people that want to help us to share the services that we're offering to people. And so for us, we're kind of an interesting group because we don't really quite fit into a box.
We're not a box.
It's like we are finance, we are investment, we are marriage, we're ministry, we're family, we're philanthropy, and so when people are like, so what do you do? It's like, well, we do a lot of things, but everything feeds into the next, and so I think that people also feel comforted to when they see us doing all the things that we're doing to know they also don't have to fit in a box, that they can be 5 talent people and that they can also work in every talent and get fruit out of every talent that God has given them and not just have to choose one based off of what societal construct really kind of forces us to feel like we have to do. Mm-hmm. So I think we are, a new generation of like box stoppers.
Box stoppers.
That's quotable, right?
I like that.
We'll get a t-shirt.
That's your new hashtag.
Yeah. And the other thing
multi-vertical.
The other thing is I think people get inspired, not because we're amazing, but because we are very intentional about being good stewards of everything we're doing. Yes, and so people see that we're able to do everything. And so sometimes you feel like, there's a few different things that I want to do, but I don't know if I have the capacity. How do I do that? You know, it's impossible to do so many different things when that's not a reality. You know, it's like, you just got to get a bigger plate. You got to
In that word impossible is the word possible.
There it is.
That's it.
So you can do it if you want to do it.
Absolutely.
You can make the time.
Absolutely.
How can folks find you? Because I know that's the big question. They're sitting at home going, I need these people in my life. How do I find them?
Yeah, no worries. We have an Instagram called Meet the Eatmans. Okay. We also,
That's all social media.
all
It's
social
Meet the
media.
Eatmans.
Meet the Eatmans, yes. Also, we have a masterclass coming out for couples.
Yes.
Which will be
very
happening
excited about that. In
during
February.
February during the Valentine's area.
Aw.
So that should be
Yes,
good.
so
as
we'll be
well.
helping couples to really get a vertical on their finances, on their communication, foundations of their relationships.
That's big.
Yeah, so it'll be a really important thing for that. And then we also have our website for our company. If you're interested in the financial side of things,
For sure.
we have the Max Life Agency,
Yeah.
as well as
Legacy Lab.
Legacy
And so
Lab.
we'll have all those links posted as well.
Lots of ways to get in touch with you.
Yes.
But if you go on the social medias, there's a link tree and it'll give you all the things.
And
Also
hurry up if you want to sign up for that marriage class, right?
Yes.
It's coming up
yes.
soon.
And we only have a select amount of spots that we're doing for it. We're making it an intimate group so that we can
Yes.
have more one-on-one time.
We believe in relationships.
Yes.
Yeah,
so I'm very excited about that.
Well, best of luck to you both, and thanks for stopping.
Thank
We
you.
really
for having
appreciate
us.
you sharing your story.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back with more BizTV after this. Thanks for watching BizTV's Beyond the Brand. Be sure to subscribe to the BizTV YouTube channel, where you'll find full episodes of this show, fresh BizTV content, and a few surprises each week to help you stay inspired.